Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to make the best potaje you've ever tasted. If you don't know what potaje is, it's basically Cuban bean soup. I know it probably sounds weird to most of you, but potaje is packed with so much flavor and it really fills you up, especially for these winter months coming ahead. In Cuba, people eat this all the time. You can make it with these brown beans or black beans, it doesn't really matter. Another great thing about potaje is it's really simple. As you can see, I only got a couple ingredients: onion, peppers, some chorizo, the beans of course, some minced garlic, all right, salt, sofrito, and then just a little, we're gonna add a little bit of garlic powder, and I like to add red peppers, all right? You don't need, this is not traditional to add this, but I like to add it for my own. I like a little bit of spice, you know, so to each his own. But again, it's a very simple recipe, and all we're gonna be using is this pressure cooker here, all right? So we're gonna talk about the steps and we're gonna go through it. Hopefully by the end you guys can enjoy yourself a really good potaje, and you smash the like button at the end if you enjoy it. All right guys, so all we're gonna do is go ahead and hit the pressure cook button. I normally set mine to 47 minutes and you just hit start. It's that simple. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you're gonna want to get one. All right, these pressure cookers are really amazing. You can cook food super fast, and for this potaje recipe that we're gonna be doing, it's definitely essential. All right, all the Cuban grandmas that you see got a pressure cooker at home. If they don't got a pressure cooker, they probably in the pot stirring up, but you definitely need this. All right, so first things first, is gonna be simple. We're just gonna spray this. I'm gonna use cooking spray because I'm trying to watch my calories, but if you want to use olive oil or anything like that, you're more than welcome to do so. All right, I just kind of lather it up and that, make sure nothing sticks. And then while that's going, we're gonna be adding everything in here. All right, we're gonna be adding the onion, all right, we're gonna be adding the peppers, and we're gonna be adding the chorizo. All right, all this is gonna add a bunch of flavor. A lot of people tend to add potatoes. You can add potatoes, make this feel more warm and hearty. With just these plain ingredients, you're gonna tell a big difference. All right, so you're gonna want to let that sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once you start to hear that sizzling, all right, once you start to hear that sizzling is when we're gonna stir it up. All right, you can kind of already hear the sizzling. So what we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna stir it up. All right, you can hear it, you can smell it. This flavor, the smell is already coming out, and we haven't even put the beans in yet. So just imagine when we put the beans inside of here. Letting that stir up. The chorizo is really good at adding here early on, so I can get the grease out. I'm just gonna keep stirring it up. Want to sweat the onions out. As this keeps cooking, we're gonna want to add a little bit of minced garlic, not too much, just a little bit. Then you're gonna want to use the sofrito. This is gonna add so much flavor to it. All right, so with the sofrito, I'm just gonna eyeball it. So 1, 2 tablespoons, maybe even another one, just a little bit of another one. All right, boom, that's gonna add so much flavor to it. We're gonna come back and stir this around even more. All right, boom, let it get that flavor. I'm about to add a little bit of water in here so it doesn't burn. But look how that's coming along. All right, look how that's coming along. Coming out super good. Look at that. All right, this is how you want it to look before you put your beans, before you add your water. All right, it's coming along real good. We're almost there. If you don't smell how good this is smelling, dude, you're doing something wrong. All right, again, just with these simple ingredients, it's gonna make a really big difference to your beans. So now we're gonna add the beans. I got all my brown beans here. As you guys can see, I put it in water overnight. I'll put the clip here. You want to make sure when you get in these, don't use the canned ones. You can use the canned ones obviously, but make sure you get the bag ones. They taste so much better when you put them in water overnight. And we're just gonna add them here. We're gonna give it a quick stir, and then we're gonna add a little bit of water to it. All right, if you don't add water in the next minute or so, you might get a burn warning from your pressure cooker. So you want to stir it up real quick. Let the beans get that flavor. All right, again, look at that, guys. Look at that. Thing's tasting. Not even, I haven't even tasted it, but I can already feel that when this thing is done, it's gonna come out so good. Look at the color of that. All right, look at the color. Again, as you can see, I'm eyeballing most of this stuff. We're gonna want to add more water. You want the water to cover all the beans. All right, Notice how when I add the water, you start hearing that sizzling sound. That's okay. Obviously, because you added water, it's not going to be sizzling. All right, so boom. Keep adding a little bit more water. Make sure you watch out for your max line. About right there is where I'm going to want it at, all right? Not too much more than that. Now I'm going to go back and add some salt, all right? Super important. Don't forget about your salt. Super important. Don't forget about your salt, all right? So we're going to add a good amount of salt. Notice I'm not scared of the salt. No, it's a lot of water, so you're not going to oversalt this thing. You can oversalt it, obviously, but it's going to be hard to, all right? Just a little bit of garlic powder. And again, this is not typical traditional, all right? But I like to add some red peppers for a little bit of kick to it. All right, it's not typical. And then we're gonna go back and stir this thing up. All right, gonna go back, stir it up. Look at how that's coming out. The simplest thing you're gonna do is literally just put the lid on it. Now we're gonna get the lid. Make sure the lid is on right so it gets the pressure. Push it down a little bit. We're gonna watch this for a couple more minutes and make sure it gets the pressure. You're gonna know it gets the pressure when this lid right here locks up. And then after that, it's literally just a waiting game. You wait the time you set. I said about 47 minutes, all right? And then you open it up, let the pressure come out, and you plate your dish. That's it. That's all she wrote. As you guys can see, all it took was about an hour for the potaje to get pressurized up in the pressure cooker. And then as you can see, the plate, this is my plate right here. I like more beans than my wife's plate. So as you can see, this is traditional. You know, you got your potaje with white rice. I like to throw a fried egg on top. Same thing here. You could put more rice than potaje, but I love the potaje. This thing tastes so amazing. We're going to go ahead and give it a good taste real quick. So this is my plate right here. Let's see. Mmm. 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 Nothing beats that. All right, on a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, nothing beats that. When I eat one of these, I gotta take a nap right after. That's how good it is. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what other recipe you want to see next. Again, this is very simple. I didn't show the rice because everybody knows how to make rice. And again, it's just a fried egg I add on top. This recipe, again, I say super good, super easy to make. You guys need to try it.